Who is God? What is God? Who is God? What is God? Christians tell their children that God is a man who lives in heaven. But with this imagination, God is not fully understand it. In the Bible, God is described as a spirit and as love. For example, in John 1, God is described as love. God is love. What is love? So when you consider God as a man, he can't be love, because love is something non-material, but a man is a material thing. So both considerations, what God is, doesn't fit together. I think lots of Christians tell it to their children because to make it easier to understand for children. But what God actually is love, is spirit. It is nothing to touch, but more something to feel. Lots of theologians and philosophers also consider God, but God is also nothing to consider. Yes, you can speculate or find arguments why God exists, and maybe you can find evidence that God exists, but it is nothing to consider. To reach God, it is better to not think, because God is not just spirit. Spirit for us sounds like an esoteric thing, or like, this kind of stuff, and doesn't really make clear for us what God is. What is spirit? We must go deeper into it to understand it. My thesis is that God is consciousness, but it is not this consciousness what we call human consciousness, that what we see and hear and think and all that belongs to our consciousness. God is kind of higher consciousness. To understand my thesis, we must go back to the roots of the Bible. In the video description you will find a video where I explain the fall from paradise, the fall from Garden Eden, where people once lived with God together. And this will explain why I say God is consciousness. Because when people meditate and reach higher consciousness, they also reach contemplation. Contemplation is the highest mode which you can reach through meditation. It is said in Christianity, especially in the Catholics, and in the Buddhism it is also said that the highest mode of meditation is enlightenment. So contemplatio and enlightenment are the same. This is all the same like higher consciousness. Therefore, I said that God is higher consciousness, because in contemplation you feel a union with God and a union with everything, with the whole world. And it is said about this mode that when you are in this union, at this moment God is in you, or you become God for as long as you can stay in this mode. And so you are fulfilled then, and if you fall out and you are not in the higher conscious mode and not enlightenment and lose it, but it is still there. It is just that you lose it from your side. You fall back into the overthinking, but you can reach it through meditation when you stop thinking. That's the point. And that's also a high target meditators try to reach, not thinking. But when you then fall back, the higher consciousness still exists, but without you. But it is still there. You can reach it everywhere, not just on your meditation place or on your praying place, whatever. You can reach it everywhere. And as long as you have time, you can meditate and try to reach it. And when you fall out, and I say that higher consciousness still exists, but you are not aware of it at this moment, then at our normal human consciousness, you are not aware to the higher consciousness when you think. This is why I said God is not reachable through thinking. And this is also when I said God is living, or the higher consciousness exists, but when you are not aware, it exists every time. And this is when Jesus said, for example, you must find the door, and the door you can find through meditation. But the door is open, you can go into that whenever you want. And in the Bible it is also said that God is always there, waiting for you. And this is the same thing with consciousness. But you must reach it. You must do something. You must meditate. And if you meditate enough, but it's not like sitting and waiting. When you just wait for it, it will not come. It will not appear. You must find special meditation methods to reach higher consciousness. You can't just use any method. Not all methods will help. And it's a pity, but you must learn to silence your thinking in your mind. And for such methods, I'd like to present you a link below in the video description from a guy who describes consciousness a little more than me and also describes meditation methods to reach higher consciousness. If you like more of this stuff and similar stuff I present here on my channel, please subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a nice day. Bye.